Galimera, Galimera, Galimera. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm not sure I wasn't sure if this morning that my signal would be strong enough to get round the side of the house. Because what I wanted to show you was the amount of water that is in the ground around the side of the house. I keep talking to you about a burning day and about whether this will be a suitable burning day, but however, after having a look at the area, no, it's not, because the water, if I walk in, it's literally up to my ankles, and I think you can see where I'd walked in the previous times and I disappeared up to my ankles in water. So the idea of doing a burning day, I think, has gone out the window. However, yesterday we had an absolutely glorious day here in Zakynthos. It brightened up really, really nicely. Today, unfortunately, it's looking just a little bit grim at the moment. It looks like we might be in for a bit of stormy weather later in the day. I think I'll wait for Amanda, our weather girl, to confirm that for me during the broadcast, if she's up on this rather lovely, well, reasonably lovely Sunday morning. So anyway, the chickens are there. They're all pecking about, happy as Larry. All the cats have been fed. I've actually washed the balcony down this morning because of the mess the chickens like to leave. They're getting very tame, these chickens, as well at the moment, and I do like feeding a few of them out of my hand. Actually, there's a couple of them who like to be fed directly out of my hand, because they know they get more food from out of my hand than they do when you chuck it down on the ground. They're all fighting for it. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Baxter. Nice to see you tuning in as well. And looking across to the back, oh, it is a bit blustery. I don't know if you can hear that on the mic at the moment. And there is ominous black clouds, but looking across towards the Sillaby direction, yeah, ominous black clouds with a little bit of blue sky just poking through. So there you go. And Chris Baxter says, morning mate, morning fella, how you doing? How is it at your end of the island at the moment? Is it grim up there as well? Anyway, there's little Herbert. Hello Herbert, say hello to the people. Tim True's tuning in. He says, morning matey, from a sunny Bedfordshire. Oh really, Bedfordshire? I've got a house in Bedfordshire, Leighton Buzzard. Yeah, there you go. Anyway, nice to see you there, Tim, as well. Right, let's and Ben Warner says, oi, oi. Hello, Ben. Ben from beachradio.co.uk. Just a quick heads up. I'm actually doing a show on Beach Radio today, Northern Soul. So, Chris Baxter, you're a big Northern Soulie. So, hopefully, you might have a little look in, see what you think. All right. And that's going out tonight. Between 5 and 7 o'clock UK time, not Greek time, UK time, and you can get it on beachradio.co.uk. Right, okay, let's have a quick look at what's been going on in the last 24 hours here in Greece. Very interesting at the moment. First of all, just confirm the date today. Yes, it is the 31st of January, and it is a Sunday. Can you believe it? January has almost gone. Where has it gone? It's gone so quickly, to be quite honest. It's now approximately day 88 of the lockdown. Okay. COVID in the last 24 hours. Well, the numbers actually are looking good, actually. Well, in the last 24 hours, we've had 798 new infections were recorded. That is down from the day before. We had 941, and that was a bit of a spike, which means the total amount of infections since the pandemic started is 156,473. Of which 52% of those are male. Okay. Now, there was 4 new cases identified after entries into the country. That was down as well from the time before, where we had 7 detected at ports of entry. Now, there has been 15 new deaths in the last 24 hours, which is down from 22. And once again, our condolences to those people affected. But the death rate has gone down, which is obviously good news as well. So at the moment, the total amount of deaths since the pandemic started, 5,779. The average age of those people was 79 years of age. 95% of those had underlying health problems or were over the age of 70. And just to put it into perspective, in 2019, the average daily death rate in Greece would be round about 329 people a day. Okay, when it comes to critical cases, good news for that. Critical cases are also down across Greece. The other day I reported there was 260. Today there's 257, of which 185 are male and 72 female. And they are in ICUs across Greece. The average age of critical patients is 68 years of age who have underlying health issues or are over the age of 70. Anyway, as before, it seems the authorities in Greece have conducted over 4 million tests. They've done 3,114, well, I'll say it again, 3,114,419 tests of the, what do you call it, the, I can't even say it this morning, monocular test. And then they've also done 1,021,835 of the rapid antigen test, and that they're going to come up actually later in the news, and I will explain that to you as we go along. Anyway, unfortunately though, we've had another case of COVID-19 yesterday. A 45-year-old woman was diagnosed yesterday afternoon with coronavirus after molecular testing was performed at the Zakynthos hospital. Anyway, the 45-year-old was in contact from a previous case, and she will remain in home quarantine for 14 days. Anyway, yesterday, as part of the implementation by the government of the operational plan ELFNA, the vaccinations of patients has been going on here in Zakynthos, and employees at the centre started at the Social Welfare Centre of the Ionian Islands, which we call ODAS. Now, the vaccinations will be completed on Tuesday. 48 doses of the vaccine were received for an equal number of beneficiaries who were vaccinated, and on Tuesday the remaining instalments will be received and the remaining beneficiaries and employees will be vaccinated. So yesterday they started basically vaccinating the people who are going to start doing the vaccinations once we start getting more of the vaccine itself. Also as well, yesterday morning, the Zakynthos City Hall and the municipal building of Vanato, which is outside of the Zanti town, they were disinfected by the technical services, basically as a precautionary measure after there were 2 cases, you might remember, on Friday of coronavirus being detected. One was the mayor, one of the deputy mayors had got it, and also one of the cleaners had got it. So during Friday night, Friday evening, about 200 people were tested at that building, and they've decided as a precaution to basically disinfect the building and also the city hall in town as well. So and of those cases that were tested, no one was found to be positive, obviously except for the mayor and also the employee who'd actually come down with the virus. Anyway, today there is supposed to be a meeting of the occupational physician of the municipality and also the deputy mayor to examine the issue of tracking the contacts of employees. And on Wednesday, they're going to also be doing new testing as well. Now, also yesterday, we had more testing going on the island. So the island is quite busy with testing at the moment. Rapid tests were carried out in the villages of Kalapido and Lathakia by the mobile health team of Zakynthos. At Kalapido, a drive-through test centre was set up where basically you could be tested in your car, and about 63 people were tested there, and all 63 came out negative. Meanwhile, in Lathakia, rapid tests were also carried out in an open space in the centre of the village, where the participation of the residents was really good. They had a good turnout. Anyway, a total of 120 tests were performed and all came out negative. So there you go. We did have a spike last week. The total amount of infections now on the island since the beginning of the pandemic, I think now puts us at about 30. I actually didn't add that to my little tallies score, but I think we've had 30 cases since the beginning of the year that have been confirmed, all right? But I may have to revise that number. But Anyway, we did have a spike in the Ionian, and we are still in status yellow at the moment. All right, not in red, thank God. Anyway, now going to quickly discuss about the vaccine at the moment. The COVID-19 vaccine shortage, all right, and there is a shortage, has caused problems in Greece and the rest of the EU. And the European Commission is going into new negotiations with the pharmaceutical companies to obviously help alleviate the shortfall by any means necessary. Now, this comes after the US Pfizer pharmaceutical company informed that it cannot supply EU members with all the agreed doses of the vaccine this month. And I think this month they're talking about February. All right. Now, the Greek Prime Minister, Kyprios Mitsotakis, told the Greek Parliament on Thursday, we are going as fast as the doses as we receive will allow us to go, explaining the slow pace of vaccinations. We can't use all the vaccines we have at our disposal because we don't know if the companies can keep up with the deliveries they have committed to, adding that they are kept for the second dose for those already vaccinated. You've got to remember that one of the vaccines, basically you need 2 doses of it before it supposedly will start to work. Anyway, Mitsotakis told the cabinet later the European Commission is now negotiating harder and more decisively, more rigorously with the large vaccine companies. He also added these companies need to understand that to the extent that European money has been used in the research of these vaccines, they need to honour the contracts they have signed with the EU. Anyway, all of Europe faces shortage problems. AstraZeneca, the British-Swedish pharmaceutical company and the main UK supplier, promised earlier this month to supply 80 million doses to the EU in the first quarter of 2021. However, it recently cut the number of promised doses to 31 million in the first quarter, generating a serious problem in the vaccination programme in each country. Now, according to the BBC, AstraZeneca claimed that it has the best effort agreement with the EU rather than 100% commitment, and the desired amount of vaccines would be delivered by the end of March. Anyway, the same report says that even though the EU claims it has invested more than 300 million euros for the vaccine development and the production in mass quantities, it has yet to pay a substantial lump of the money amount promised. Yeah, so the EU basically hasn't paid the companies that are supplying the vaccine, or AstraZeneca anyway. At the same time, AstraZeneca claims that such a massive production entails problems of quality control and unexpected occurrences. Specifically, faulty batches have been significantly delayed and production process, while a suspect package in Wales, the Wales facility of AstraZeneca facility, and then of course there was the fire at the Serum Institute in India, which also interrupted production for a significant period of time, which we'd reported here. Now, at the same time, Pfizer announced a temporary decrease in the output in orders to expand its Belgium factory. You might remember that the EU went down there and heavy-handedly tried to take the vaccine from that plant. Anyway, that particular plant is the core supplier of Pfizer Biotech vaccines for Canada, the EU, and also the UK. And as regards to vaccination distribution in Europe, the COVID-19 vaccination distribution among EU member states so far is below the target set for the vaccination that was approved. Greece at the moment is in 16th place among the EU administrations of the vaccine. 27 with 2.1 doses per 100 have been administered so far. Anyway, the tiny island of Malta at the moment is at the top for vaccinations with 5.1 doses per 100 people, while Bulgaria is at the bottom with only 0.4. Anyway, the shortage has unfortunately generated, as we've seen, a lot of infighting within the EU, and countries accusing the European Commission or each other over the amount of doses to be distributed. But I think the EU has to take the main brunt of the criticism, is because they weren't very good at getting the orders in at the right time. a lot of the other EU nations, Greece included, and the UK, decided, no, we're going to put our own orders in and make sure that those orders, because we ordered first, we get it first. But that hasn't been working out because the EU has been grabbing control from the other EU nations because they see power slipping from their fingers at the moment over the coronavirus. Anyway, the EU then managed to negotiate vaccine contracts as a bloc in order to secure that all members would receive the numbers of vaccines proportionately. Nevertheless, that did not stop suspicion from some other member states of the motives of others, such as powerful Germany, France, and the Netherlands, who all have who are all big vaccine producers. And also, there was talk about the people trying to hike the price of the vaccine as well at a certain point in the middle of a pandemic, which, to be honest, is not a good thing to be doing, to be quite honest, guys. Anyway, the Council of Europe has made a proposal, and they said on Wednesday they proposed lifting vaccine restrictions for the manufacture of COVID-19 vaccines. The clause of the Parliament Assembly of the Council of Europe resolution says the Assembly thus agrees member states and the European Union to overcome the barriers and restrictions arising from patients and intellectual property rights in order to ensure the widespread production and distribution of vaccines in all countries and to all citizens. So basically what they're talking about is that they will basically waiver the rights, they're like the copyright of the actual vaccine, so that that can be produced. However, the problem with doing that is that the owners of the original patent have to agree to that, and at the moment the patent owners do not agree, and the EU can proceed with compulsory licensing, which would impose the license release only for a specific purpose and for a specific time. So it sounds like the little battle is going on while people are still waiting for their vaccine here. Well, at the moment on the island, we were supposed to have had 6 vaccine centres. That's been whittled down to 2. One in the top end of the island at Katastari and one down in the town, and we're still yet to see proper vaccination of the actual public taking place. At the moment, it's just the medical services who have been vaccinated and the people that are going to man these vaccination centres. So at the moment, we shall wait and see how things pan out. And again, tomorrow's February, and we'll see what February has in store for us as well. Right, and finally, a little bit of good news. Yes, Ginge, a little bit of good news. Greece's image in the terms of corruption is at long last beginning to improve. Yes, the country has now moved up 1 spot on the Transparency International Corruption Precipitation or Perceptions Index for 2020, which ranks countries by their corruption levels as perceived by experts in the international community. All right, now, therefore, the list does not measure the actual levels of corruption, but rather how others view the country in terms of the corruption menace. All right, now, with scores, it's a bit of a weird table, and it takes you a little bit to get your head around it, but it basically works like this. With scores of 50 out of 100, with 0 indicating rampant corruption, okay, rampant corruption is 0, and 100 is showing radical transparency, all right? Greece rates at the moment at 59 on the list of 180 countries. Notably, this is the highest rank the country has ever received in that list. And in 2019, the country was actually at a score of around about 60, all right, back then. So we're doing well, all right. Now, the reason that the score is, shall we say, gone up rather than, or corruption has gone down, all right, is Greece's score has improved greatly because of moves made since the bailout, where transparency and anti-corruption measures were put in place, all right, after 2012 in the wake of our financial situation we had here and waiting for money. Now, it's quite interesting to see that New Zealand and Denmark are at the top of the list for anti-corruption, for being a very transparent society. However, the places at the bottom of the list obviously are going to be places in the third world. Somalia and South Sudan are right at the bottom. So it looks like, and America, which is quite interestingly, the US actually was awarded 67 points. So American corruption, you're actually in a worse position than what Greece is. So there we go. So fantastic. Right, okay. So that's it for the news for today. Once again, thank you to all those people that are tuning in. Let's have a quick look and see who is tuning in, because I know you love to have your name called out. Chris Baxter, I've said hello to you. Tim Troon is watching as well. Also Ben Warner. John Mims is watching. Nice to see you looking in, Mims. He says, oh yeah, Chris Baxter says it's grim in Camina. Is that where you are? Camina? I didn't know that. I've not heard of that place up there. Anyway, that's where Chris is, up there in Camina, at top end of Ireland. So he says it's grim up there. It's now, is it me? Is it thing like it just might be slightly starting to brighten up? Anyway, Teresa and Hugger is also tuning in. Nice to see you tuning in. Noel Hester is tuning in. Tim Troon says, I'm in Biggleswade. Oh, bless, Biggleswade. Yeah, not too far from Leighton Buzzard then. Kevin Williams is also watching as well, ex-member here of the Zakynthos community. Used to run the Fancy Dress Shop years ago. Martin Cussell is also tuning in, ex-RAF Reg buddy, and also frontline worker as well in the health department. Mark Pumphrey is watching as well. John Beckenhazy, is that Beckenhazy? Is tuning in as well. Nice to see you here, John, as well, tuning in. Dave Bowen is watching as well. Nice to see you. John Stoll as well. Lyndon in Wales is also tuning in. Nice to have you tuning. What's the weather like in Wales at the moment? Is it grim? Is it good? I'll be interested to know. Maria Hallberg from Sweden is also tuning in as well. Nice to have you here looking in. Bob Monroe is also watching as well. Nice to see you. Chick Ballantyne is looking in. Dave Cramp is looking in. He says, good morning, Flight Commander Coldwell. Thank you. He says Seymour. It says Seymour. What's it say? Looking good, buddy. You think so? I had a shave yesterday. We're going to hang out till about till the 8th of February when our next hair appointment is. But I'm thinking about having a trim of the beard. I don't know. It might make me look younger again. But anyway, I am getting older. But anyway, Matt Williams is also watching as well. Amelise Wills is watching. Nice to see Amelise here as well. Andy Spencer, make sure you keep your eyes on the road there, Andy. All right, he's tuning in. Bob Cave is also tuning in from the Oxfordshire area. Delia Guzzetti up the top of Northern Ireland is looking in as well. Nice to have you looking there. He says, good morning, Ginge. This is Bob Cave. It's 3 degrees here, but sunny in Oxfordshire. Oh, that's nice. I like it when it's sunny and cold. It has a nice sort of nice crisp feeling about it. Barbara Ann Walker is watching as well. Andrew the Fridge Watkins is watching as well. Nice to see you there, buddy. How's the weather where you are? And Alan Higgins, good morning from icy Glasgow. Oh, it feels chilly just hearing you say that. But, yeah, one thing we haven't got here at the moment is any ice. Plenty of water, but no ice. And Heather Nash is also watching. Nice to see you, Heather, from Birmingham, tuning in. Gary Butler is tuning in. Andrew the Fridge Watkins has just said, morning, Ginge. Just walk the dog. It's dry and cold, but no snow where I am. Oh, bless you. Dogs love a bit of snow in the don't they? They love to go running in it. James Buchanan is watching as well. Susie Angus is watching as well. Graham Chisholm is watching as well. Also, Heather Nash says, morning to you, Jane, Ginge and Jane, from Heather and Gary from frosty Birmingham. Ah, bless. And we've had a weather forecast from Maria Hallberg. She says, good morning. A sunny one in Sweden with minus 16, getting warmer. Have a great Sunday. Do you know what? That's why the Swedes love coming to Greece, because they like to feel the bit of the warmth. There you go. Anyway, nice to have you tuning in there, Sweden. Amanda Gregory is watching as well, and Amanda says, good morning. Any weather forecast, Amanda? Sam Curtis is also watching as well from Brighton. How you doing, Sam? Nice to have you. Hilary Rogers is watching from the top end of the island as well. Oh, the weather forecast from Amanda Gregory. Now, this is the official weather forecast now. Lovely sunshine today, feeling warm, slight breeze. Summer is on the way. Well, great, fantastic. That's what it's like further up the hill to where I am down the hill, and where Chris Baxter is on the other side of the island. However, it's positivity. It's positivity. There you go. Thank you for that, my darling. Sam Curtis says, good morning, Ginge, mate. Hope you and Jane are well. Looking forward to seeing you guys soon in the summer, hopefully. Yeah, so are we. Things are looking good. Jane was talking to a friend yesterday over in the United States. I'm trying to remember whereabouts. Outside New York, 2 hours. But she wants to come and visit so desperately. It's quite sweet, actually. So, yeah. And tunes in as well. So a big shout out to Ange, all right, as well, if you're tuning in. William Bruce is watching as well. Alan Cowell is watching. Nice to see you there, Alan. Linda Gary as well. Thank you for your music tunes the other day, fellas. Last show's doing reasonably well in the charts at the moment. 100 in the pop chart and about 68th in the reggae chart. I thought I'd have got in the soul chart, but I haven't at the moment. But it's early days yet. Okay, cheers for that, guys. Hilda Rogers is also looking in as well. She says, morning, Ginge. Oh, Christine Coldwell is tuning in as well. Nice to see you there, my lovely. Stephen Hodgson up there in County Durham is also watching as well with the Fire Brigade. Nice to have you tuning in as well. Yanni Tassos is also watching as well. My God, there's so many people today. Isabel Davis is watching. Pam Stott is watching. Nice to have you with us, Pam. Kevin Bell is also watching as well. Phil Ellip is watching as well. Andy Owen is watching as well. Patsy Ann Dobson is watching. Good morning, Ginge. I hope you are well. I am well. Thank you, my darling. Jason C. Bennett is also tuning in. Nice to see you. He says, hi, Ginge. Ashley Duncan is tuning in. Jason C. Bennett says, yay, your live is playing for a change. Hope you're all well. J.X. Naffy Holton. Oh, my God. Yes, there's a blast from the past. Oh, my God. Yes, all doing well. Make sure you tune in on my radio type broadcasts. I've got one tonight on beatsradio.co.uk, all Northern Soul. Really quite looking forward to hearing that being played. And then my other show, my Friday night anthem show, they're going to repeat that show on Monday night. That's going to get repeated on beachradio.co.uk, and then once that's been repeated, I'll leave it a few days and I'll stick it up online and just see how it does on the online chart thing. But anyway, nice to see you there, Jason. Oh my God, you brought back some memories there. Okay, right, and also Shona Floyd is also looking in as well. Nice to see you as well. Right, that's it from me. I don't know what we're going to be doing today, probably housework. I was thinking about doing a bit of burning. I'm definitely going to be doing the recycling today. And with us, it's not about taking out the bins. It's walking to the bins and getting rid of the recycling. All right. But other than that, you have a great day. You stay safe. And I'll keep your ear to the ground. If I hear anything, I'll let you know. Anyway, ta-ra and have a great day. And thanks for the support and thanks for the messages. I'll see you later. Oh, and here comes me little chicken. Have we got time? I'm not sure if she's... hello, my lovely. Come here. Let me show you this. I love doing this. I love feeding the chickens by hand. Here we go. Here we go, lovely. Are we coming over? There we go. Oh, in fact, does it help if I switch the... hang on a minute there, lovely. Let's switch that round. There we go. Come on. Here we go. Look at that. Feeding the chickens. What a life. There she is. There you go. Feed the chickens. A handful of bag. There you go. Right, that's it from me. I will see you later. Take care and have a lovely day.